Hello traders, how we doing today? Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Going to be doing a quick weekly review of the news, the market news anyway. Kind of what I'm expecting for Apple, Microsoft, NVDA, Tesla, and American Airlines. And then I'm going to be going over SPY as well, using the guidance of the big holders in the S&P. So let's get right on into it. So first thing I'm watching is going to be on Tesla, this inverse head and shoulders. So if this starts playing out, I would expect us to get bullish price targets of 256, 262 to 272. If we start breaking down the neckline right here, then obviously look for more upside to the highs of over here. If we start breaking down to the downside, my bearish price targets on Tesla are 243, 234, and 230. Volume for this week has been somewhat decent. It's been better than the last previous few weeks, but then again, nothing crazy. So it's average volume. Nothing to get me too excited. Next one that we're going to be going over is Apple. Now, Apple, I know I was mentioning last week to you guys that what I was watching for Apple is for us to hold the 200 EMA. And on the daily, you can see here we kind of broke below it, closed, and then we closed above the 200 EMA on Friday. So that was very good. We got decent volume. Nothing great, decent. Now, if we go over to the weekly chart on this, volume, then again, was decent. I mean, it's above average compared to everything else, but compared to the previous, 2 to 3 weeks, it's below average. I think with Apple, the big thing is what we've got to watch is we have to watch for bearish price targets of 168 and 162 for support. If those, especially that 168 level, if that breaks, then a move to 162 will come fast. Now, for bullish price targets, I would watch 175 and 168. So yeah, Apple, it's looking a little fragile, a little wishy-washy. The daily is looking good. So I really just need to see more commitment on Apple's part, especially on the buyer side. On Microsoft is looking decent. A little fragile as well, just considering that the volume is a little below average, but considering the last few weeks it's above average. It's really hard to tell right now with Microsoft as well. Both Apple and Microsoft are looking a little bit fragile, making me a little concerned with SPY, making me think that we might get some more downside this week. But it's really hard to tell at the moment. But the bullish price targets I'm watching for Microsoft is if we push up, expect price targets of 323, 329, 338. And if we push down, watch 309 and 303. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on Microsoft. NVIDIA, I'm going to be watching the head and shoulders pattern to play out. Now, if we end up getting the head and shoulders fully completed, I'm expecting some market symmetry with this. So I would not be shocked if you get the right shoulder at 468 or somewhere around that realm. It would make sense. This move to here, 468, which was the left shoulder, to 502 was about a 7.2% jump in price from here to here. So I'm expecting about the same amount of a difference here, and that gives me the 468 price target. So just watch out for NVIDIA for this week. But the first point of resistance is going to be at 446.26. So those are my two bullish price targets for NVIDIA. Now, in terms of bearish price targets for NVIDIA, I'm watching 414 and 404 for my bearish price targets. If we start breaking down the neckline on the head and shoulders. So watch out for NVIDIA and American. You know I have a position in American. It's a little iffy at this point. As you can see here, we got a nice demand level. Markets have always moved outside of this demand whenever it came in. So that's always a very good thing, but this demand could break down at any point considering how many hits we've had on it. So the liquidity could start starting to get drained a bit. So as you can see here, we got above average volume considering that it's only a doji candle, and we have this much volume, which is way above average. this is a it's a big deal. So this could either be sellers entering the market to push it down further, or it could be buyers starting to enter the market to push it up at least to 1427. My bullish price targets for this week is $13 and then 13.48, and my bearish price targets are 12.52 and 12.24. So that's what I'm going to be watching for this week on American. Keep in mind that in about, I think, a week and a half, I believe it's the 16th, isn't it? Yeah, the 16th. Is that the 16th? Yeah. We have earnings on, no, 19th. That's what it is. We have earnings on the 19th. So just keep that in mind for American. Now let's go over to SPY. Now, considering the following things I just mentioned, I would go into this week with a little bit of caution, considering that Microsoft and Apple are looking a little bit weak. If Apple starts really breaking that down that 200 EMA on the daily, then I would be a little bit concerned. And same thing with Microsoft as well. Microsoft is looking a little weak, and then you got NVDA playing out with a head and shoulders pattern. As we know, head and shoulders is typically a bearish reversal move. So things are not looking the best. So that's why I'm going to this week with a lot of caution. But then again, just trade what the market gives you, trade the price action, and just wait for good setups. So on SPY, what I'm going to be watching for SPY is my bear price targets are 425 and 420. If those two break down, I would suspect the 410 to come really fast. But as you can see here, from August 15th of last year, the 430 high, wasn't it? Let's see. Yeah, around there. Yeah, 430 high from August 15th. Nice area of liquidity here still. Markets moved right past it, but then came back down this week, went to the area of liquidity, and I believe that if we do get a push up, you're going to see first resistance at 434, 438, 441, and 447. Those are my bullish price targets. And in terms of the economic calendar, I don't believe that there's any major news this week. Let's see. What do we got here? So for news this week, oh shoot. Well, yeah, so there's no major news this week. Just accidentally exited my browser there. The only major thing that I was looking at is possibly ISM services. Just keep that in mind. I usually get a little bit of volatility there. So just be cautious of that. But hope you guys have all a great trading week. And please leave a like, subscribe. Anything would be much appreciated. Good luck out there, traders.